Okay, so um, this is my first draft of my pitch for the TV series Devil's Triangle, also known as Bermuda. I think I'm going to end up just calling it Bermuda. Um, Still playing around with that, and I don't want to front porch myself too much, so I'm just going to go. Oliver Vigil is no stranger to obsession. Ever since he was little, he's been surrounded by his father's countless hours and research trying to find the answers to unlock the mysteries circling the Bermuda Triangle. Flight 19 was a torpedo bomber aircraft that disappeared over the Bermuda Triangle on December 5th, 1945. All 14 airmen were lost. Oliver's grandfather was among the 13 crew members that were designated on the Martin Mariner to find Flight 19. Faced with the recent death of his father, Ollie finds himself obsessed with trying to find the answers his father never could about how his grandfather disappeared. Convinced with stacks of research about similar occurrences and disappearances, he refuses to believe theories that the Mariner succumbed to an explosion midair. Oliver enlists the help of his childhood friend Sidney Lane, who owns a pleasure yacht, to travel to the Bermuda Triangle in search of research and answers. 4 other members join Oliver and Sidney on this expedition. Skeptic and meteorologist Rick Cleary, Oliver's personal assistant Wendy Brodowski, Sidney's sort of boyfriend Benjamin Anderson, and conspiracy theorist who runs her own Bermuda Triangle forum, Stephanie Booth. The boat sets off on its journey from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, a time lapse of days detailing the important struggles and factors that led each crew member to want to take this journey, and debating the ever so popular question of the hour: is the Bermuda Triangle called Devil's Triangle for a reason, or is it all well-placed and explained natural occurrences? On the night the boat starts experiencing electromagnetic disruptions, it causes the power to go out completely. It's as if a veil is suddenly lifted as a storm picks up. The careful planning and mapping so that the boat does not get thrown off course is irrelevant as the high waves start swallowing the boat completely. Oliver rushes down below deck, trying frantically to gather his work, and sees what looks like the shadow of his grandfather sitting at the desk with all the research before they're plunged into darkness. The crew wakes up to find themselves on a shoreline, no boat, with no memory of crashing. Frantic and desperate for answers, they try and acclimate themselves on this island to try and find their best means of escape, until odd occurrences start happening with each crew member. Nightmares that they've all tried to keep hidden, past mistakes fizzling to the surface, old wounds and personal guilt that they've all tried to keep buried. Is it just the shock of being thrown overboard, being washed up in sea? Or is it the Devil's Triangle trying to claim more victims? And I'm still playing with the There's a lot going on there. It's very narrative-y, but my first draft, I was just trying to get to write everything to try and make it sound as interesting as possible. A lot of questions. Still playing with concepts of how are they going to get out of here. If season 1 is focused on them on this island, do they ever escape? Who escapes? And what does season 2 entail so that the story continues? So that's Bermuda.